Well, one of the things I always like to ask Navy SEALs who come on the show, and you're the fourth one, is what is the biggest lesson that you learned from going through BUD/S?
I think there's a lot of lessons. There's just so many. I think the one that no one else really shares, it's better to suffer in the front than suffer in the back. And what I mean by that is if you're going to do something and it's probably going to be something that's hard, you're going to suffer. There's no way to get around that. It's going to be hard. You're going to suffer. And the analogy that I like to use is during Hell Week, I was part of a boat crew that we won almost every single race. And in BUD/S, everything is a race. It pays to be a winner. That is a slogan for a reason, because it does. It pays to be a winner. And I ended up in a boat crew on purpose because I saw them winning in the beginning of Hell Week. And the boat crew I was in had some really good guys, but they weren't driven to be at the front. They weren't driven to win the race. And a lot of those guys quit. And enough people in the class quit by late Monday afternoon before dinner. I saw this other boat crew 3, winning all these races. And then they had to reshuffle boat crews because there were like four guys in this boat crew and 5 in here. And really it's a 7-man boat crew. And so I was like, I'm going to get into boat crew 3. And so they lined us all up in a height line, and I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm number 5, 6, 7. So for the rest of Hell Week, I always made sure no matter how many times we reshuffled boats, I was in that boat crew, because the guys that were in there was no one that was like a superstar. Everyone was average, but they all had the desire to suffer in the front. No one talked about it. We just did it. And so it didn't matter what boat crew, where we started when we have these boats on our head and we're walking to, maybe we're going to chow, we're going to dinner, or we're going to, go get in the ocean and paddle out and come back. It didn't matter what we were doing, log PT, running down the beach. We always, if we started in the back, if there was a gap with any boats in front, we would run and sprint and put out more effort to get in front of the boat crews that were in front of us if they left a gap. And we would do that until we got to the front. And so there were times where I was just like, I'm just like, like my lungs are on fire, my legs are on fire. I can't, I'm like, dude, I don't want to work this hard. Like no one else was working this hard, but I wanted to be in this boat crew and I wanted to be a winner and I wanted to suffer in the front. And I'm like, okay, well, this is your time to suffer in the front. So let's go. So even though I was feeling bad, I would still push through that pain. And then at some point, other guys in the boat crew, they would have the same pain and feel a little bit sorry for themselves. But now I've kind of recovered from my suffering. And I'm like, okay, let's keep going. And we would always get in the front. And so these are 2 decisions you have in BUD/S. You can either quit or keep going. And if you keep going, you can either be mediocre or you can be awesome. And so I chose to be awesome. I chose to be with an awesome group of people. And it kind of goes to that, the 5 people that you surround yourself with. I had 6 other people that I surrounded myself, and we always made our way to the front. And so when I looked back on that lesson, BUD/S sucks physically. You're going to suffer. Everyone suffers. It doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing, but it was always better to suffer in the front because that was always a win. You got these little micro wins. We won. And it didn't matter. You're still going to do the same evolutions. You're still going to do the same work that everyone else does, but it was always just a little bit better to finish in the front than it was in the back.
Hi, I'm John Miles, the host of the Passion Struck podcast, and we have new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And during this entire month of September, we are honoring veterans who served during the 20-year War on Terror. If you haven't checked these episodes out, they include Blackhall Racing Team of Janet and Tony Blackhall, who race in Moto America, NASCAR Xfinity driver Jesse Uwiji, astronaut Captain Wendy Lawrence, who served on multiple space shuttle missions and was the first female Naval Academy graduate to fly in outer space, Navy SEAL Commander Dan O'Shea, who discusses his involvement in Afghanistan, Iraq, and more recently in Operation Pineapple Express, astronaut Kayla Barron, who is preparing for her trip in October to the International Space Station and her journey from there to the moon and beyond, retired Navy SEAL Commander Mark Devine, retired Army Colonel and Navy SEAL Dr. Bob Adams, some incredible episodes throughout the month of September. And you can always check us out on Instagram at Passion Struck Podcast or our YouTube channel at John R. Miles. Remember, make a choice, work hard, and step into your sharp edges.